What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. Today on the Forgotten Race review in Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition, we've got one more homebrew from the request line. Actually, there's two. I cheated. We're going to add one more. I forgot it never got stats in Pathfinder 1e, and it's important. But today, we're taking a creature I've used a bunch of, and we're going to look at some stats for, well, what if it was a PC race? Today, it's the Kappa. If you're liking what you're seeing, remember to like, subscribe, and ding the bell. Today, this episode of the Forgotten Race review was brought to you in part by Miss Ellie Nielsen. Thanks for your help, friend. Now, let's hit it. In Japanese mythology, a Kappa is an amphibious demon, usually depicted as green, human-like beings with webbed hands and feet and a turtle-like carapace on their backs. A depression on its head, known as the Sara, retains water, and if this is damaged or the liquid is lost either through spilling or drying up, the Kappa is severely weakened. They are known to favor cucumbers and love the art of sumo wrestling. They're often accused of assaulting humans in the water and removing a mythical organ known as the shirikodama from the victim's anus. Yeah, can't make that up. In Pathfinder, it's kind of the same idea, minus the removing souls from your butt kind of thing. They're puckish creatures that like to play tricks on those who pass near or swim in their home. Kappa pranks are usually harmless, but an angry Kappa can in fact be dangerous, attempting to drown horses, animals, and things like that. But let's look at some stats, shall we? 2nd edition will be the homebrew today. For Pathfinder 1st edition, we will borrow from Wright Publishing's In the Company of Kappa. So far as they are concerned, the Kappa comes of age at 14 years old. Males and females range about the same in height and weight. And so far as Wright Publishing is concerned, we're only worried about the inches. Males and females range anywhere from 24 to 30 inches and weigh anywhere from 20 to 50 pounds. That's 55.88 to 76.2 centimeters, 9.07 to 22.6 kilograms for my friends across the pond. Now, if you ask Wright Publishing's, a Kappa has a +2 to its strength score with no negative modifiers. They are small, monstrous humanoids with the aquatic subtype, barring some alternate racial traits you could take to make them be goblinoids instead, with a base speed of 20 feet and a swim speed of 40 feet. The Kappa has a +2 natural armor bonus. It does not suffer the normal penalties to CMB and CMD for being small, but does get a +1 racial. The creatures always count stealth and survival as class skills. They can't breathe water, but they are able to hold their breath for a number of rounds equal to 4 times their con score. Standard and full round actions do not reduce the time. They've got natural claw attacks that deal a D3 points of damage. They treat any weapon with the word Kappa in its name as a martial weapon. And they've got low light vision as well as that good old Kappa weakness. If you ask Wright Publishing's, a Kappa may voluntarily drain their own water, or another may attempt to force it out. Those who successfully grapple a Kappa may, as a full round action, attempt a combat maneuver which will drain some of the Kappa's water. Each successful check inflicts 2 points of strength and dex damage to the Kappa. The strength and dex may not be lowered below 6 in this way. A Kappa can restore any ability damage inflicted in this way by submersing themselves in water for 1 round. Certainly a little safer than just, oops, staggered forever. But what if they existed in 2e? If you ask me, they're obviously a little pokey, but they're natural wrestlers, and the Kappa itself has a pretty high wisdom score if you take a look at the bestiary. So I'm going to say in 2nd edition, the Kappa gets a +2 to its strength and wisdom, that one freebie, and a -2 to its dexterity. It's a small creature with 8 hit points, a speed of 20 feet, begins play speaking Common and Aquan, and is amphibious. An amphibious creature in 2nd edition can breathe in water and in the air, even outside its preferred environment, usually indefinitely, but at least for hours. They often have a swim speed, ours might with a heritage. In any case, an amphibious creature's slashing and bludgeoning strikes don't take a -2 for being underwater. For our heritages, either dark vision, a swim speed of 40 feet, or resistance 5 to acid and cold. All of our Kappa will have a head bowl weakness. And this is my first go at homebrewing the 4 degrees of success. Kind of fun, actually. A Kappa that is immobilized, paralyzed, restrained, unconscious, or who an opponent has grappled is of course at risk of having the waters in its head bowl dumped out. Creatures can do this to a Kappa by making an athletics check against the Kappa's fortitude DC. On a success, some of the Kappa's water is spilled, leaving the Kappa stunned 1 until it refills its bowl with an interact action next to a water source. Additional successes can cause the stun condition to increase. Each successful interact action lowers the stun condition by 1. On a critical success, the entirety of the Kappa's head water is spilled, leaving the creature permanently paralyzed until its bowl is refilled. On a failure, no effect. On a critical failure, if the Kappa is restrained, grabbed, or immobilized by something holding it in its space, it automatically breaks free. For our ancestry feats, at level 1, we'll say the Claw's Unarmed Strike that deals 1d4 points of damage. At 5, critical specialization for it and well and truly the entire brawler weapon group. At first, a +2 on athletics checks to shove or grab. And at 13th, with the previous one as a prereq, once per day, treat your degree of success as 1 degree higher when grabbing or shoving. Now the Kappa are a really weird race. Not quite fae, not quite aquatic monsters, somewhere in between, but like the pranks that go a little too far kind of feel fae-ish to me. In any case, I definitely used them as swarms once in 3 Dragons, and it was really fun to put leeches in the head bowls, which are basically just bone and probably don't hurt the Kappa at all, I hope, in such a way that when a troop of Kappa is destroyed, a troop of leeches replaces it. Because we all know leech swarms are super terrifying, right? In any case, if I were to play a Kappa, I definitely would, of course, want to play an aquatic game so as not to get debuffed really hard. But it's not like we have the Turtle in 1st and 2nd edition. Certainly it could be reflavored. GMing for it could very well be a one-way trip to the Dragon Empires of Tian Sha, but if not, I mean, certainly a one-way ticket to, at the very least, an aquatic game. Having someone that's built to be a little better in that aquatic game is probably really cool. If nothing else, get them on land. They still have that real spooky weakness. Anyway, what do y'all think about the Kappa? Have we fought them? Would you play it? Throw it in the comments. Next up on the Forgotten Race review, well, it's a really powerful monster race that I'm sort of surprised we haven't talked about. Next week, it's the Drider. See you then.